So today we are going to look at should, ought to, and must. Three of them have got more or less same uses, like three of them refer to duty, obligation, necessity, okay, and so on. When you refer to the duty, we use should, ought to, and must. When we refer to obligation also, we use the same. When we refer to necessity, we use the same. And when you talk about the moral duty of someone, we use the same. Then you can ask me, sir, when three of them have got the same functions, same uses, why do three modal auxiliaries exist in English language? Yes, there is a justification for that. There is a meaning for that. Actually, if you just see in the order, should is milder than ought to, and ought to is milder than must. If you take the series, you can say, just like great, greater, greatest. Okay. So if should is great, ought to is greater, and must is greatest. So in the order, in the emphasis, in the stress, must is more emphatic than ought to. And ought to is more emphatic than should. So this way you can understand, should is a milder term. When you use should, you are not harsh. Your tone is mild. Your expression is mild, meek, soft. Whereas ought to will try to question the moral responsibility of someone. It will remind you your moral responsibility. నీ యొక్క నైతిక బాధ్యత, అది నువ్వు ఖచ్చితంగా చేయవలసింది, అది నీకు మంచిది అని నీకు ఒక రకమైన అలర్ట్నెస్ తీసుకొస్తుంది ought to అనేది. Whereas must అనేది చాలా స్ట్రాంగెస్ట్. If should is strong, ought to is stronger, and must is strongest. So whenever you want to use the strongest word, you must do it. When you say you must do it, you are trying to say that there is no escape from this. You can't really evade this. You can't really escape from this. You have to do it. When you say you should do it, you are just saying that it is your responsibility, it is your duty, and you are reminding him that it is your duty to do, but whether you do it or not is left to you only. When you say you ought to do it, you are saying if you do this, it's good for you. Suppose when you go to the doctor says that in the interest of your health, he gives some suggestions for you, but he cannot enforce. He cannot say that you must go for walking. He will say you ought to go for walking. You ought to go means it is good for you. If you do walking every day, if you quit smoking, if you take food on time, if you sleep for 8 hours, if you take proper diet at proper time, it is good for you. That much he can tell you, but he cannot literally enforce. He cannot literally force you to implement that. That's why the word that he uses is ought to, not must. He will not say you must quit smoking. Then you will ask, who are you? It is my life. Whether I will live or die is left to me. You just give your treatment, that's all. He can only say you ought to quit smoking. If you really want to maintain immunity, if you really want to get strength in your lungs, you ought to avoid smoking for some time. See the difference. Should is mild, and ought to is, I can say, ought to is bit strong than should, and must is the strongest word. And the three of them more or less are used for the same context. Like, for example, duty. When you talk about the duty, what do you mean by duty? When you say that it is your responsibility, it is your duty, it is your obligation. Obligation means what? It is, you are supposed to do that. That's your obligation. For example, what is your obligation? You should take care of your parents. That is your duty, because you are given birth by them, you are educated, you are brought up, you are taken care of till you attain the age of 21. Then it is your moral responsibility, it is your duty to take care of your old parents. That's why you say that you should take care of your parents. You should look after your old parents. You should love your parents. Or you can say, you ought to. You are saying bit strongly. Yes, man, it is your responsibility, man. Minimum common sense that you have to really take care of your old parents. You are using bit strong voice. You ought to. Just like you are pinpointing it. But when you say you must, you can't really avoid that. You must take care of your old parents. You must look after your parents. You must love them. You must nurse them. You must really, do everything that they need. So you are using the strongest voice when you say must. Ought to, you say that it is your moral responsibility, naitika badyata. కొడుకుగా జన్మించినందుకు నీ యొక్క నైతిక బాధ్యత ఏమిటంటే వాళ్ళను ఓల్డ్ ఏజ్ లో చూసుకోవడం అనేది. when you say should, you are leaving the decision to him only. నువ్వు ఊరికి చెప్తున్నావు, అది నీ బాధ్యత అని మాత్రమే చెప్తున్నావు, కానీ you are not trying anywhere to enforce. For example, we should help the poor. అదొక సజెషన్. We should help the poor. We should love the poor. We should be kind and sympathetic towards the aged, the old, the weak, the poor. We should. Means, and you can say you ought to. You can say you must. When you say must, you are, the only difference is that you are using a very strong voice. Emphatic అంటాం దాన్ని, చాలా నొక్కి ఒక్కానించి చెప్పడం. Very emphatically you are saying you must do it. For example, you should love your nation. You should salute the flag. You should respect your country. You should, you ought to, you must. For example, law వచ్చింది, you must wear helmet. ఖచ్చితంగా హెల్మెట్ వేర్ చేయాలి, చేయకపోతే you will be fined. You must wear. That's all. Very emphatically, very strongly they are saying that you must wear or you ought to wear. When do you say you ought to wear? A man, forget about the fine and all that. If you wear a helmet, you can really save your life in emergency. You ought to wear. It's good for you when accident occurs. We can't predict what's going to happen on the road. Suddenly, someday you meet with an accident, you may lose your life if you don't wear a helmet. So it is in the interest of your own life and health, this has been advised to you. It's not to collect fines. So ought to, should, ought to, and also I can say must. Then obligation also. What you say is duty and obligation. Obligation is something that you have to do. I mean, you can't avoid it. That is called obligation. Now, for example, when coming to ought to, when you say ought, O-U-G-H-T, ought to, obligation. What kind of obligation this is? Moral obligation. ఒక నైతిక బాధ్యత. నైతికము అనేది నీకు సంబంధించింది, అది నువ్వు ఫాలో అవుతావా లేదా అనేది నీ యొక్క అంతరాత్మకు వదిలేసినటువంటి విషయం. నేను ఫాలో అవ్వను, నేను మా పేరెంట్స్ని చూసుకోను అంటే ఏ లా ఖచ్చితంగా నువ్వు చూసుకోవాలి అని చెప్పదు, కానీ అది ఒక నైతిక బాధ్యత మాత్రమే. ఇట్స్ ఓన్లీ ఎ మోరల్ ఆబ్లిగేషన్ ఫర్ యూ. అందువల్లనే ఆట్ టు అని ఉపయోగిస్తాం. ఎలా? ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, గవర్నమెంట్ మస్ట్ ఆర్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఆట్ టు కంట్రోల్ కరప్షన్. It is the necessity and also moral obligation for the government to control corruption. See, ఇంకొకటి ఏమిటంటే, these three are used for necessity also. Necessity అంటే need, అవసరము. Government ought to control అంటే there is a need for the government to control corruption. That is where one important. I need to buy some furniture, or you can say I ought to buy some furniture. You can say I ought to buy some furniture. I ought to shift my office. I ought to change my timings. Means it is necessary for me. So I ought to buy furniture, which means that, and now you ought to see a doctor. You are giving an advice. In this condition, you ought to see a doctor. You are not saying you must see a doctor. You ought to see. Why you are saying you ought to see? It means you are giving a recommendation, an advice in the interest of his health. You ought to go to a specialist. You ought to consult an accountant. You ought to file IT returns. You ought to clear all your debts. This is all good for you. Need. So I ought to buy some furniture. As I am shifting my house, I ought to, clean the room. I ought to buy some new furniture. Okay. Like this. Now, you can also use for like when you want to take a suggestion or give a suggestion, you can also use should. For example, suppose you don't know what to do, then you will ask for suggestion. Sir, what should I do if I want to speak well? What should I do? Which book should I refer to? Which dictionary should I use? Which newspaper should I read? Which material should I follow? So you are asking for a suggestion. When you are asking for a suggestion, you can use should. Which material should I use? What should I do? How should I perform in the interview? Try to understand. You're asking should. And while giving suggestion also, you say that, you should wear a formal dress. You are giving a suggestion. Whenever you are attending an interview, you should wear a formal dress. You should look dignified. You should keep a very erect, very straight posture. You should keep a smile on your face. Okay. Like this. Should. So to take suggestions, to give suggestions, we use should. Generally, people have a tendency to club must and should. They say you must and should do it, or you should and must and should do it. What is that? When you want to say must and should, perhaps you think that you want to say more emphasis, more emphatically. That is wrong. There is no usage like must and should together. You can't really club these two words. So either you want to say very strongly, go for must. If you want to say in a very mild way, go for should. How can you combine these two, should and must? So don't use these two. These two are independently different. That's one thing that you have to keep in mind. Now, let's go to must. Must, I told you, is a very strong word. When you say it is your duty in a very strong manner, when you say it is compulsion, you can't escape from this, then you will use must. For example, you must switch off all the fans and lights before you leave the room. That's compulsory for you. You can't avoid. You will be fined. You must not. When you say very strongly not to do something, you must not honk. Honk means giving a horn. Honking means giving a horn. Horn gotadani honking antar. You must not honk near hospital, school, and court. These are the three important places where you are not supposed to horn much. You must lock the door when you go out. You must lock the door when you go out. And you must exercise every day in order to keep yourself fit. It's a compulsion. If you want to really keep yourself fit, healthy, you must do exercise every day. Can't escape. So that's one. And second thing is that if you want to express a strong determination, a strong belief and a determination, like what? I'm strongly decided to do something. Like what? Sir, I must speak in English fluently. That's all. I have determined, sir, very strongly determined to do this. Please tell me what I should do. I will do. I must speak in English fluently. I must get that job. I must clear all my subjects by next semester. So, when you say that you want to do something very strongly, then you can say, I must. We must win this match in order to be promoted to semi-final. In order to become eligible for semi-final, we must win this match. Now, must is used for probability also, even should be. How? For example, he must be 70. Pranab Mukherjee must be 85, around 80s. So, this footwear, which is very costly, must last for more than a year. It must last for, means it must give life for at least 1 year. So that is one thing. And you can also express a moral responsibility with must also. An advice, strong advice you can give with must, which means that you must do this. If you really want to speak in English You must read Oxford Dictionary every day. You must read the Hindu. You must read the Hindu. You must practice minimum 2 hours a day. A strong advice you are giving. And then you must keep up your promise. You must always stick to your promises. You must not break promise. When you say must not, you're not supposed to do that. You must, you are supposed to do that. And all these three should, ought, all past. What are they? Should, would, could, might, must, and ought to. All 6 of them are used for past tense also. How? Whenever you use them in perfect tense, how? Could plus have plus V3. Should plus have plus V3. Would plus have plus V3. Might plus have plus V3. Must plus have plus V3. Or 2 plus have plus V3. ఒక్కొక్క దానికి ఒక్కొక్క అర్థం ఉంది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, I could have solved the problem. నేను ప్రాబ్లం సాల్వ్ చేయగలిగి ఉండేవాడిని. I could have solved your problem if you had come to me. నువ్వు నా దగ్గరకు వచ్చి ఉంటే I could have solved your problem. They could have helped us. వాళ్ళు మనకు హెల్ప్ చేయగలిగి ఉండేవారు. We could have really addressed your issue. చేయగలిగి ఉండేవారు. చేయడానికి ఇప్పుడు అవకాశం ఉందా? There is no chance to do it now. Could have done. అలాగే I would have gone. I would have gone. నేను వెళ్ళుండేవాడిని. If you had invited me, I would have come. నువ్వు నాకు ఇన్వైట్ చేసి ఉండింటే నేను వచ్చి ఉండేవాడిని. వచ్చానా? రాలేదు. ఎందుకు రాలేదు? నువ్వు ఇన్వైట్ చేయలేదు కాబట్టి. If you had invited me, I would have come. Would have come, వచ్చి ఉండేవాడిని. Could have done, చేయగలిగి ఉండేవాడిని. Should plus have plus V3. You should have come on time. You should have attended the interview punctually. నువ్వు పంక్చువల్గా ఇంటర్వ్యూ అటెండ్ అయి ఉండాల్సింది. అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటి? అవ్వలేదు. You should have told me before only. ముందే చెప్పి ఉండాల్సింది, చెప్పలేదు. Should plus have plus V3. చెప్పి ఉండాల్సింది. చెప్పి ఉండేవాడిని would plus have plus V3. చెప్పి ఉండాల్సింది should plus have plus V3. Might plus have plus V3. She might have reached home. ఆమె ఇల్లు చేరుకొని ఉండవచ్చు. అంటే you are doubtfully saying, because might refers to very less probability. She might have reached home. He might have passed the exam. The results might have come. Results వచ్చి ఉండవచ్చు. తను పాస్ అయి ఉండవచ్చు. ఇల్లు చేరుకొని ఉండవచ్చు. ట్రైన్ వెళ్ళి ఉండవచ్చు. The train might have left. ఇప్పుడు might కు must కు డిఫరెన్స్ చూడండి. The train might have left, వెళ్ళి ఉండవచ్చు. The train must have left, వెళ్ళి ఉంటది. He must have passed. అతను పాస్ అయి ఉండింటాడు. అందుకని అంత జూబ్లియెంట్గా, అంత జాయ్ఫుల్గా కనపడుతున్నాడు ఈరోజు. He must have passed the exam. She must have got a job. She must have got her salary today. He must have had some problem. ఏదో some problem ఉండే ఉంటది అంటే you are quite sure your guess is proper, then you say must plus have plus v3. See the differences. Could plus have plus v3, would plus have plus v3, should plus have plus v3, might plus have plus v3, must plus have plus v3. ఒక్కొక్క దానికి ఒక్కొక్క అర్థం ఉంది. I could have done, నేను చేయగలిగి ఉండేవాడిని. I would have gone, నేను వెళ్ళి ఉండేవాడిని. I should have gone, నేను వెళ్ళి ఉండాల్సింది. I might have gone or I might have done, నేను చేసి ఉండవచ్చు. I must have done, I must have done a mistake, నేను ఖచ్చితంగా మిస్టేక్ చేసి ఉండొచ్చు, చేసి ఉంటాను. I must have done a mistake. So ఇలా you should learn the differences. Then you will be able to learn, she must have got a good rank. You are guessing. He must have met with an accident. These days, he seems to be limping. He must have met with an accident. You are inferring. You have some evidence అన్నమాట. ఎందుకు ఎలా చెప్పగలుగుతున్నావు? He must have met with an accident. అతను యాక్సిడెంట్ అయి ఉండింటది అని ఎట్లా అంటున్నావు? బికాజ్ ఈ స్లైట్లీ లింపింగ్, కుంటుతున్నాడు. So that's how you can use all these have form plus v3, especially with the past words could, should, would, might, must plus have plus v3 are very important uses which are used only for past tense. Nothing can be done now. You are referring to a past situation. It is only a regret. You are saying should plus have plus v3, only a regret. Would plus have plus v3, you are only expressing your capacity. Something could have happened, that's all, provided that condition was fulfilled. And might plus have plus v3, probability. Must plus have plus v3, a strong inference and a strong advice, strong hint for you, a strong belief, evidence for you that would happen, that must have happened. That's how you can use all these forms. So today we have discussed should, ought to, and must. And some of them will join have to also. Have to is slightly different. Actually, it doesn't come into this model auxiliary, but still I'll tell you, have to means something compulsory for you to do. When there is an external compulsion, అంటే బయట నుంచి మీకు ఏదో ఫోర్స్ వచ్చింది చేయడానికి. ఎటువంటి ఫోర్స్? పేరెంట్స్ ఫోర్స్ చేస్తున్నారని, లేదా ఇంకా ఏదో ఫోర్స్ ఉండి, అంటే నువ్వు ఫీల్ అవ్వకుండా బయట వాళ్ళ కోసం, బయట ఫోర్స్ కోసం చేసేదాన్ని హ్యావ్ టు. ఐ హ్యావ్ టు గో టు ఆఫీస్ ఆన్ టైం, లేకపోతే బాస్ ఊరుకోడు. ఐ హ్యావ్ టు వేర్ హెల్మెట్, లేకపోతే ఫైన్ పడుతుంది. So that's how you can use these things. So that's all for now, and we will see some more in our next video.